Stop number 4 on the Mello Yello series brings us to the Track 2 Tut the Tame, the Lady in Black, or the Egg-Shaped Oval. Call it whatever you want. It is Darlington Raceway, Darlington, South Carolina is where we're at here today. As we are set for 37 laps of action on this 1.366 mile egg-shaped oval. It's the Dodge Challenger 200, and let's see what kind of racing we're going to have here. We had 4 different winners in the first 4 races. We had, including the last stop on the tour at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is a doubleheader weekend for the Mello Yello Series and for the Casual GTX Cup Series. For the next as well, so and the next triple header will return at the Texas Motor Speedway, the next stop on the tour. So here's the start line for today's running of this event. On the pole, it is Joshua Sakuli, the number 62 South Point Hotel and Casino Chevy Impala. He'll be alongside car number 23, the Stacker 2 Chevrolet. It is Dougie Shears. He's on the outside. Row 2, it's Quentin Moore in the Racing for Jesus Chevrolet, car number 89, and he'll be alongside car number 10, the Nesquik Chevy. It'll be Paul Minnick. He's on the outside of row number 2. Third row has Nick Baxter in the Lysol Pontiac, car number 63. And alongside of him will be the Aquafresh Pontiac, car number 00. It is Emmanuel Hartnett. He's on the outside. Row 4 has Jessica Shelton, the best starting position of the season, the number 94 New Holland Ford, and she'll be alongside the number 45 Sprint Chevrolet, car number 45. It is Zachary Fitzwater. Row number 5 has Nick Gunther, number 20 GameStop Toyota. Flanking him alongside will be Chelsea Bowles in the Verizon Wireless Dodge, car number 12. Then it's Phil Parker, the number 17 DeWalt Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside the number 22 Discount Tire Dodge. It's Johnny Gardner. He's on the outside. The next row down has the Phenolube Chevrolet, car number 74. It is Charles Sanford, who nearly pulled it off at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the last stop on the tour. Flanking him will be the Daytona winner. It's Benjamin Miles and the number 7 Geico Chevrolet. Next row down has the number 14 Navy Chevrolet. It's Kev Shearer. He'll be alongside the number 29 Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Chevrolet. It is Trace Williams. He's alongside. Next row down has Matt McIntyre, the number 93's Amico Ultimate Pontiac. Beside him will be Dunn LaPrade and the Aaron Stream Machine Toyota, car number 99. Then it's Luis Hernandez, the number 36 Stanley Tools Pontiac, and he'll be flanked by another Pontiac, the Rockingham winner, Kyle Matthews in the Shell Pontiac, car number 44. Then it's Jonathan Zorlin, the number 33 Ream Chevrolet. He'll be flanked by the number 5 Delphi Chevrolet. It is John Arndt. He's alongside. Next row down has Andrew Perry in the Duraflame Dodge, car number 66, and he'll be alongside the number 87 Bell South Mobility Chevrolet. It's Andrew Davis. He's alongside. Then it's Daniel Olson in the Detroit Gasket Chevrolet, car number 72. Beside him will be JT Bryant in the number 1 DeWalt Tools Chevrolet. Then it's the number 24 Pepsi Chevrolet. It's Ryan George. He'll be alongside the number 34 Gould's Pump Chevrolet. It is Jesse Turner, the winner at Las Vegas. Then it's Dylan Young in the Great Clips Chevrolet, Great Clips Toyota, car number 38. He'll be alongside the All-Pro Bumper to Bumper Chevrolet or Toyota, It's Michael Turner. He's alongside. Zach Flickinger in the number 2 AC Delco Chevrolet has the inside of the next row down. Beside him will be the Navy Chevrolet, car number 88. It is Chris Dodd. Then it's Joshua Osborne, the number 60 Winn-Dixie Ford Thunderbird. He'll be alongside the number 3 AC Delco Chevrolet. It is Cole Deaver. He's alongside. Then it's Chris Dallerton, the number 38 Kleenex Chevrolet. Commencement again for engines for racing here today. Beside him will be the Timberwolf Pontiac, car number 37 is Matt Haas. Remaining starters will be William Brock in car 27 and the 13 of Joshua Collard, the winner at Atlanta. And Jordan Anderson has the shotgun in the 18 car. And there's something wrong with Daniel Olson's car. He is on the apron on the track. Something wrong with that machine. As he's coming down pit road. We'll follow that story here. In a minute as we are. But meanwhile, we are set to go racing here at Darlington, South Carolina as the green flag waves. And the Dodge Challenger 200 is on for 37 laps. Joshua Sakuli leads the first lap of the race here, and we don't know what's going on with the 72 of Daniel Olson. He had problems just as the race got started. But anyway, here I'll see if Daniel Olson's even on the track or whatever. But there he is, right there. There's Daniel Olson, car 72. Apparently had to go on the pit road to make a quick pit stop or what have you, or something like that as the green flag was about to fall, and he is already one lap down in the 39th position. So Daniel Olson, not a good day to start things off here for him. In car number 72, the Detroit Gasket Chevrolet. As right now, Joshua Sakuli has the lead of this race here at the moment in car 62, but not anymore, he doesn't. The lead now is being held by Quentin Moore, car number 89, in the Morgan Shepherd colors as he takes the lead. With Jessica Shelton right there behind him. Shelton off to a okay start in this series so far. Driving the car owned by Bill Elliott. And Shelton, of course, having one of our 3 in-car camera cars in the field here. So you're on board with Shelton. Running right behind Quentin Moore, looking for the lead. Nick Gunther runs 3rd. 4th is Phil Parker. 5th is Charles Sanford. Kev Shearer, who usually runs well here at Darlington, runs in 6th position. So Shearer looking to avenge a so-so start to the season for him. The number 14 Navy Chevrolet. Joshua Sakuli drops down to the 7th position as Jessica Shelton going for the lead on Quentin Moore as they go into turn number 1. She bumps Nick Gunther up the track, and Shelton brings car number 94 to the number 1 spot. Always a dangerous threat on any track in any series she's in. And she's proving that here today so far as she takes the lead here at Darlington. And one of the rookies one of the rookie sensations in our offline season in our offline racing, Bill Parker, car number 17, has had a very impressive start to the season so far in the DeWalt Chevrolet. That's the 1998, I think it's 98 or 99 Matt Kenseth colors he's driving. And he's sandwiched in between 2 veterans, Jessica Shelton and Charles Sanford. At the moment, Sanford, who almost pulled off the win at Atlanta Motor Speedway last race on the tour in car 74. He runs in 3rd position. Shears now at the 4th, and Sakuli now moves up, I should say, in the number 5 spot with Matt McIntyre in the 6th position. As the top 5 cars running right together, 4 Chevrolets chasing a Ford here in this race here at Darlington. And here comes Phil Parker to the inside. They could team up and move the Ford back to about 5th spot at possible. Shelton led the lap by just a smidgen, but when you get to turn number 1, it's going to be Phil Parker out in front. But not for long, because here comes Charles Sanford, car number 74. He goes to the inside of the racetrack, and Kev Shear's going to push him in the 74 car. And now those two, along with Joshua Cooley's going to team up, and that's going to let the second pack catch up now, as Matt McIntyre's on the back bumper of Jessica Shelton at the moment. And now Charles Sanford takes the lead. Jonathan Zorlin, car 33, the winner of the last Cup stop in the tour at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And that win, by the way, earned himself a spot in the Winston All-Star race at the weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Several cars hitting the wall coming out of the fourth corner as Sekuli goes inside of Shear for this position. As we watch Phil Parker up the high side, he goes here. Zorlin goes by. Kyle Matthews in 44 goes by. Nick Baxter, 63 machine, battling with Andrew Perry and Johnny Gardner and Ryan George. And they caught up with the 44 of Matthews at the moment. Matthews the winner at dominating fashion at Rockingham, one of his best tracks on the circuit. On board Kyle Matthews' car. Matthews, I don't believe, has ever won at Darlington in our offline competition, and he is looking, and that could be a first for him today if he can pull it off. Running right behind one of the Darlington Masters, Kev Shear. Shear has gathered up several top 5, top 10 finishes on this racetrack, and regardless of what series he's in, as Joshua Sekuli goes back out in front with Jessica Shelton in second. Shear now goes inside of Charles Sanford. That's going to be for the 5th position. As Sanford gets off the wall, Matthews goes by, Baxter goes by, Andrew Perry goes by. And Shelton goes back out in front in car number 94, with now Matt McIntyre going in second position in 93. This car is legendary in online racing, this car is legendary in online racing, I should say, with Richard Johnson. And for those of you who do not know that name, you should. But McIntyre running as the lead, running in second position at the moment. Jonathan Zorlin goes in the third. A car that's one of the KHI machines. If you don't know what KHI was, it was Kevin Harvick and Co. Incorporated, which was a big time team in Nationwide and what was then Nationwide Series and the Camping World Truck Series. And Charles Sanford is turned in number 74, I think. No, he saved it. Charles Sanford, who has come out of turn number 4, saved the car. A masterful driving job out of the 74 machine. A little dent in the passenger side door on that 74 machine, but he keeps on a ticking at the moment. As you saw, he got come out of the 4th turn, and we didn't quite see the incident, but he saved the machine. Runs right now in 16th position there in front of the 00 of Emmanuel Hartnett and the 27 of William Brock, who's made his way through the field. William Brock started back in the 37th position in the Castrol GTX Chevrolet. Brock currently scored in 18th position at the moment. Sanford up the track. There goes Hartnett. There goes Brock. And here comes the 23 of Dougie Shears, the outside pole sitter, who's dropped back with the 18 car of Jordan Anderson right there behind. Jesse Turner, the winner at the race at Las Vegas, as now Brock goes inside of the 00 of Emmanuel Hartnett. Chevrolet on the inside, Pontiac on the outside. Matt McIntyre right now currently holds the lead in 93. Benjamin Miles, a Daytona winner in the 7 car. He runs in the 15th position in the Geico Chevrolet. And Joshua Sekuli, the pole sitter of the race, going backwards. Car number 62. Quentin Moore, car 89. Shelton now going up the track, and she's losing spots. Dunn LaPrade goes by. Now Shelton squeezes in between Dunn LaPrade and Quentin Moore. Dylan Young making his way through the field. Dylan Young up at the 10th position in the car number 38 in the Jason Leffler colors. Make that 9th spot now as he goes inside of Nick Baxter for position. As he takes that spot away. Baxter now goes to the high side and loses spots. Running here, Darlington, sometimes if you get caught up in the high side, it's a lot like many of the other tracks we visit on the schedule. You go to the outside, you're screwed. Dylan Young right now runs in the 9th position. He goes inside of Ryan George. Dylan Young has our rough cam for this event. Urban and play with the throttle a little bit through the 3rd and 4th turns. Let's see what here, and you can bet he'll be going there here, and he's full throttle through the 1st and 2nd turns. He plays with the throttle a little bit through the 3rd and 4th turns here. That's the difference in the turns at Darlington. There he is. That's the 3rd and 4th turns right there. He's going through. He had to play with the throttle just a little bit. The 3rd and 4th turns are so much shorter than what 1 and 2 is. And there he's practically full throttle through that turn, through 1 and 2. And gets off the turn at about 180 miles per hour, and again enters the 3rd turn at 190, but gets down to about 154 miles per hour through the 3rd and 4th corners. Now as Matt McIntyre goes the high side of the track, Young goes inside. LaPrade goes by. Shelton, I think, goes by as well. Ryan George up ahead. He's in the 6th position. Andrew Perry in 5th. Johnny Gardner making his way through the field up in the 4th spot as we are now closing in on 10 to go. And Cap Shear goes to the lead in car number 14 as he takes the lead from Jonathan Zorlin. He's got Kyle Matthews right behind him in 44. These two drivers, well, Shear actually has won at Darlington before an offline competition. I think it was in the Pokemon Cup Series, I think, is what he said. But Kyle Matthews has never won on this track, and it could be a first for him. Ten laps to go. On board, Kyle Matthews' car. And he knows it's right there. The lead's right there in front of him. We can just get a good run in that 14 car to the inside lane. Darn allergies. He goes to the inside lane. Matthew says no. Matthew says cut. He goes to the inside lane on Cab Shear. Shear goes to the high side. Matthew says go. Shear says no. Out of 4th turn they come. Coming up for 8 laps to go. Chevrolet in 1st. Pontiac in 2nd. Dodge in 3rd. Chevy in 4th. And a Toyota in 5th with Dylan Young. Dunn LaPrade 6th, Jessica Shelton 7th, 8th is Zach Flickinger, Joshua Sakuli 9th, and Nick Baxter's up in the top 10 right now in the 10th spot as Johnny Gardner's now dropped out. And Shear gets off the wall. Here comes Matthews for the lead. He's got it! Kyle Matthews out in front with now 7 laps to go. But here comes Andrew Perry, Ryan George, and Dylan Young. Those three could spoil Matthews' party. And they are coming in a hurry. Dunlaprad's making his way through the field. Shelton has gone by. So is Flickinger. Ryan George goes inside of Andrew Perry. That's for second. Ryan George driving the car, co-owned by Hendrick Motorsports and Jeff Gordon. Actually, a team called JG Motorsports. That is a 2000 Chevy Monte Carlo he's driving. And they keep battling side by side like that, though. That's going to let Matthews pull away, but Perry backs off, and now George goes to second. Young goes to third. Then it's LaPrade in fourth and Shelton in fifth. As long as Ryan George and Dylan Young can stay hooked up, though, they could help Matthews. But no, George gets off the wall. Young goes to second now. Now can he catch Kyle Matthews? LaPrade goes by. Shelton goes by. And Ryan George stuck up to the high side, though. Then Kyle Matthews is back there. Is up front saying, I'm loving this, guys. Keep battling back there. But Dylan Young says, not if I can catch ya. And Ryan George still with handling problems off that wall. He goes off in the number 24 car. You feel similar to see where everybody else is running right now. Kev Shearer and Johnny Gardner's dropped down to 11th and 12th at the moment. Quentin Moore down to 14th position. Zorlin 13th at the moment. And there's where the rest of the field's running at the moment, though, as now Charles Stanford goes inside. 2 laps to go. Stanford says go. And he does. Matthews up the track. And LaPrade almost runs to the back of him. And Dylan Young goes to the lead. Here comes LaPrade for second and Shelton for third. And I thought for a minute, though, Jess was going to go to the inside and try to make a 3 wide at Darlington. That would have been a very daring move. The white flag waves over Dylan Young. He has 1 more lap to go. Dylan Young laying in a wait. Tried to find some here. Waited to find any weakness out of Kyle Matthews. He does. Takes the lead with 2 laps to go. And the Great Clips Toyota made the move at the right time. And off corner number 4 he comes. The Dodge Challenger 200 belongs to car 38, one of the veterans in our competition. Dylan Young wins at Darlington. Dylan Young, car number 38, takes the Jason Leffler course to victory lane at the track 2 tough to Tame. And what a great race it was here at Darlington. Caution free, 175, 987 the average speed. LaPrade, a great run in second position. Jessica Shelton, third. Fourth will go to Kyle Matthews, a heartbreaker for him. Fifth will be Andrew Perry. Sixth will be Matt McIntyre. Joshua Sakuli, seventh. Kev Shearer fought his way back up to 8th. 9th was Johnny Gardner. And Zach Flickinger ends up in 10th position. So that was stop number 5 on the tour at Darlington, South Carolina. And I'll tell you, if we had some great race right here, we should see a good one at the Dodge Charger 500 and the Cashel GTX Cup Series on the NRSL channel. And Charles Sanford has got hood damage on his Fina Lube Chevy. I don't know what that was all about. Here, while we're going through the trying to find a replay, see where his problem happened earlier. We're gonna look at where Sanford saved his car here earlier in the race. While we go through the running order, Ryan George finishes in 11th position. 12th was William Brock. 13th was Nick Baxter. 14th Matt Haas. 15th position was Jonathan Zorlin. 16th was Luis Hernandez. Joshua Osborne, 17th. Joshua Collard, the Atlanta winner, comes home in 18th position. A good run for him. 19th, Jesse Turner. 20th was Zachary Fitzwater. Cole Deaver comes home 21st. Jordan Anderson, 22nd. 23rd was Phil Parker, 24th. Nick Gunther. Quentin Moore, 25th. Benjamin Miles, 26th. Chris Dodd, 27th. Paul Minnick, 28th. 29th position was Trace Williams. Emmanuel Hartnett, 30th. Chelsea Bowles, 31st. Michael Turner, 32nd. JT Bryant, 33rd. 34th was Chris Darlington. John Arndt, 35th. 36th position was Dougie Shears, Andrew Davis, Charles Sanford, and Daniel Olson was the finishing order. Daniel Olson never quite recovered from his ordeal he went through early in the race when problems set in. Here's the save Charles Sanford had come out of the fourth quarter. Let's watch this one. Sanford gets off the wall, runs right across Benjamin Miles' car, and Sanford looked like he was going to bind the inside retaining wall, and what a saving job he did at over 150 miles per hour. Goes right up the racetrack though, and right alongside of the 32 of Chris Darlington. Wow. I bet you the hair stood up on Charles Sanford's neck on that one. That was a whale of a saving job he did here at Darlington Raceway. So our congratulations today to Dylan Young as he takes home the title in the Dodge Challenger 200 at Darlington, South Carolina, Darlington Raceway. We'll have another visit here a little bit later in the season during the Southern 500 weekend for the Cup Series. And next up in the tour will be at the Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the Duck Commander 300. And so until then, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NRSL, and we'll see you later on.